Welcome back to the 10K SOXL challenge. September 26 was the channel's first trading day after a brief pause. The account's daily change was plus $70.21. Ending net assets were $10,357.17, with a focus on steady execution and drawdown control. Daily scorecard, daily change, plus $70.21. Ending net assets, $10,357.17. The account finished the day with a positive net value. 2 trades in total. The first trade's profit established a safety margin. The second followed preset risk thresholds to stop out, keeping the day's equity growth positive. Trade replay, with timeline. Trade 1. Buying the acceleration after a pullback and stabilization. Entered at 12:14 at 33.5200. Exited at 13:54 at 33.9750. 306 shares. Profit plus $139.23. Took profit per plan during the acceleration phase. Trade 2. Upside momentum failed to continue. Risk control stop. Entered at 14:25 at 34.1700. Exited at 14:47 at 33.9407. 301 shares. Loss $69.02. Stop triggered on the break below 34, keeping the single trade loss within the preset threshold. Execution and risk control. No hesitation when key levels broke. All stops executed per pre-market rules to avoid giving back profits. Index recap. QQQ closed at 595.97 with about 54.33 million shares in volume, still oscillating near its yearly highs, with repeated tests of resistance at the upper band of the tech-heavy index. VU closed at 610.16, intraday range 606.57 to 610.70. The S&P 500 traded narrowly near 52-week highs, suggesting the trend remains intact while upside is temporarily constrained. In a high-level range, SOXL's high beta amplifies swings. Staged profit-taking and strict key-level stops fit today's shorter trend legs and more frequent pullbacks. Today's news flow. Policy and uncertainty. The market is focused on a potential U.S. federal government shutdown this week. Futures and cash were pressured pre-market and early on, then stabilized, with rising concern about disruptions to data releases and regulatory operations. Rate path and month, quarter-end effects. Repricing around earnings resilience and the rate cut path has increased volatility stickiness. Month and quarter-end rebalancing is amplifying short-term liquidity and volatility. Cross-asset divergence. Strong gold, weak oil. Persisted. Gold hit a record above $3,800 per ounce on rate cut bets and safe haven demand, while oil pulled back on increased supply expectations and demand concerns. Quant summary. Win rate 50%. Gross profit, plus $139.23. Loss, minus $69.02. Profit factor 2.02. Per trade expectancy plus $35.10. 2 trades equally weighted. Average holding time about 61 minutes per trade. Time exposure and noise exposure remain controlled, aligned with a confirm first, stop at key levels framework. Trade 1. Notional capital about $10,257.12. Net profit plus $139.23. Per trade return plus 1.36%, notional basis. Trade 2. Notional capital about $10,285.17. Net loss minus $69.02. Per trade return minus 0.67%, notional basis. Daily total. Net profit plus $70.21. Prior close net assets about $10,286.96. Account daily return about plus 0.68%, prior net assets basis. If this episode offered useful insights on pacing and risk management, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Comments on the 2 trades are welcome. All content is for personal live trading records and educational sharing only and does not constitute investment advice. See you in the next episode.